Greetings, everyone. This is Payment Loans, your host, your friend, your coach. Today, we're kicking off day 4 of the May class for the live 5-day profitable podcast launch challenge for the UK, Europe, and Asia. And yeah, let's get going. So today, we're gonna get technical. Are you guys technical? You want to get your hands dirty and get techie?
Go for it.
All right. Oh, no, sorry, this is the wrong one. I'm sharing the wrong one. This was for today. No, not this one. Sorry, my bad. Let me get the right one. I don't want to do the same class again. This is the one. Day 4. Yeah, that's it. That's the one. Okay, we got it here. Okay. There you go. Do you guys see my screen?
Yes.
All right, so today agenda is always the same. We're not going to do introduction because we've done that. First of all, we're going to do Q&A from yesterday, from any questions about yesterday. Yesterday and day 2 and day 3 are going to be the two of the most powerful, important days, along with Friday, because that's it's all about, the foundation, your zone of genius, crafting your offer. And today is all about the tech, creating your podcast assets, literally launching a podcast, creating a YouTube channel, formatting your podcast, naming your podcast the right way, and creating your cover art, and even showing you how to do recording and editing for your shows. And at the end, we'll have Misha's vegan stuff from California. It's going to be 5 o'clock in the morning for him. He's waking up. He's a trooper, but he wants to be here to help us. So yeah. So this is Misha, incredibly successful podcaster, and yeah. So any questions from yesterday about your offer or anything? I saw the offer that you sent to me on Messenger, Princess, is really good, but we can own it a bit better, a bit more
Yeah, that's
quantified,
what
and a bit shorter.
that's what I thought. I thought it was long and a little bit too wordy. So I
Yes.
said to myself, you know what? I am going to I'm going to work on it until it looks exactly how I want it,
Mm,
because it's not quite there yet. It is
yeah.
getting specific and it's getting measurable,
Yes.
but it needs to be shorter.
It's much better than the first version that you shared. It's much clearer, but we can still room for improvement. And as I mentioned to you, and on Messenger, as well as in on the WhatsApp chat group. Speaking of that, Christine, I sent you the link. Please join that WhatsApp group for us. So when I share the links, you get them. I sent you an invite on WhatsApp. But anyway, so when you can, I recommend you guys watch the replay of today's call earlier from yesterday with the US, Canada, Australia. There's a lot more people in that group, and we had a very nice interaction. People sharing left and right their offers, and we made some real good progress. I provided a lot of good tips, and you can simply just implement the same thing for your offer. And I shared the link to the replay, and the offer section starts from 1 hour and 6 minutes and 5 seconds, something like this. Just take a look at the message I shared. I have the timestamps, so it's easy for you to locate where that starts. So I recommend you watch that, because that's going to give you a lot of food for thoughts and ideas.
Sorry, it starts where, sorry? 101 and what?
1 hour, 6 minutes, and 5 seconds, somewhere like that. I posted exact moment on the. Let me check my messages here on the WhatsApp group.
Okay.
On the WhatsApp group.
All
Yeah,
I've
the
got is
one.
an invite to day 5.
No, I sent you one. Okay, let me send you again right now. Invite. Oh, I already sent you an invite. Invited. It just waits for you to accept it. It's called to the May class 5-day profitable podcast launch
Oh,
challenge.
yeah, that's the one I'm looking at.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the one I'm looking at.
Just accept it and it'll be added.
Okay.
And yeah. So, any questions from yesterday on your offer?
I'm still not clear what my offer is. Because
Okay.
my offer tends to be different to each person.
I highly recommend, Christine, later today, if you have the time, to watch the replay of the US call that I just posted, and I shared it inside the group. I'll send it to you directly after this call. Watch it. A lot of interaction, a lot of food for thoughts, and people have made some amazing progress together. We helped each other. We brainstormed together. So just watch that for inspiration, and also just implement the tips for your offer.
Okay.
Lorenzo, I had a thought about two
Sure.
days ago as to what I really want these women to have. And it's really, in a nutshell, it's this: a bulletproof exit plan.
Love that.
And in that plan are the things with clarifying purpose and blah, 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 and what they need to do. And there's some, and in that plan as well, there are kingdom wealth principles. Like, for example, one of the principles: get rid of debt before you leave as much as is possible. Cancel as many debts as you can, because it's one of the things that has plagued me. Because when money is coming in, the less you the less debt you have is the more you get to keep.
Mhm. Yeah. Check what I just shared in the chat.
Okay, let me have a look.
A 90-day,
Exit bulletproof game plan.
sorry, bulletproof exit. Wait, bulletproof exit. Uh, wait. 90-day bulletproof corporate exit plan. Okay. Something along those lines, just to get the creative
I
juices.
like that,
Yeah.
because when I said what is it they need, and I said it's a bulletproof exit plan. That's
Yeah.
what they need
And
in
90
a nutshell. And then within the offer now, you can do those things because it's many sided. So they will leave with that plan in place. And so I will bring in like an expert. I'll find an expert that does kingdom wealth principles and things like that to come and teach that section, because I don't have to teach all of it.
like this.
A 90-day bulletproof exit plan to go from cage to divine freedom.
Yes, it's a bit vague, especially the last part, but just to get your creative juices flowing.
The name of the name of the name of my offer is
Yeah.
called From Corporate to Calling.
Okay, incorporate that into it. Okay, a 90-day bullet, wait, proof exit plan
From Corporate to Calling. I like divine freedom as well. That's cute.
from the corporate
I'm gonna
cage,
take down.
to the divine call, to your divine calling.
Yes, I like that. The divine. Oh, I feel warm and fuzzy on the inside when I hear divine.
Yes. But one thing I would change,
Mm-hmm.
the 90-day, I would put it at the end in as little as 90-day. So let me
Okay,
rewrite it.
okay.
Uh, my proven bulletproof exit plan to go from the corporate page to your divine calling in as little as 90 days.
This is even better.
Christine, what are your thoughts? I'd love your feedback as well.
On what you've just done.
Yes, what I just wrote.
Yeah. Yes, that's good. That's good.
Okay.
I wish mine was as simple.
With
It's
you, the challenge
even.
is because you have so many talents, you need
I
to
know.
laser in on one. I had the same conversation this morning.
No,
One
I
lady
can't.
said,
I can't, Lorenzo. I can't. because every person that comes to me wants something different.
But
Their journey is different.
we had this conversation 2, 3 months ago,
I
and
know, yeah.
on a one-on-one call while you were going to the academy, and what I asked you is, which one is the one that's gonna do two things for you? One, get you money in the pocket as soon as possible, while also giving your client a win ASAP. So this way, it's a no-brainer for both parties involved. You, because your client, because they're getting a win right away, and you, because you're getting money coming into your pockets. So the one that gets you that meets those two criterias, that's where I would focus on. But that doesn't mean you cannot help them with all the other things you can do. Those can be beautiful upsells. Just like I mentioned this morning for the US call, there were quite a few ladies that had, just like you, similar dilemma. They had overcame a lot of things in their lives, and they've been blessed with incredible gifts for corporate and all that. But it was very hard for them to choose. So I said, listen, choose the one that is the most important, and the one that you yourself have overcome yourself. One lady wanted to help people with chronic diseases. I said, well, so listen, which chronic disease have you personally overcame? She said liver issue and brain. So okay, in that case, focus on these two. No need to focus on cancer because that's something that you haven't experienced yourself. Focus on what you've experienced yourself. So she agreed that she's gonna go with liver issue and brain. Another lady wanted to help from Australia, wanted to help people with low self-esteem, self-doubt, and having no boundaries. I said, of these three, which one is the one that was the most painful for you? She said, self-doubt. I said, in that case, perfect. Focus on self-doubt. The one that you were struggling the most and you overcame, the one that was the most important, make that the center of your marketing, of your messaging and everything. And then that doesn't mean that you cannot help them with setting boundaries and low self-esteem. Those can be either modules inside your program or even better, beautiful upsells. Because once you help them with one pain point, it's going to be so much easier for you to get them to pay you for pain point number 2, 3, and 4. Because they've seen result, they get to know you, build trust, as opposed to if you were to dump everything that you know on them, they would be overwhelmed. Instead, focus on just one thing, the one thing that not only you can help them at the highest level, but one thing that they need the most. Does that make sense? Christine, does that make sense?
I'm thinking.
Okay.
No.
I know. I mean,
Does it make sense for you, Princess, what I just said?
like a light bulb.
Okay, perfect. So watch again in its entirety, even today, the call from the US from this morning, because this is what we did for literally an hour and a half, back and forth with the entire group. And we had some tremendous breakthroughs, insights, and clarity. At the end, people are just, wow, raving.
But the 5 people that I've got at the moment are all people who have come to me. They're not people that I sought. And they've all come to me for a different reason. So the lady you recommended in Arizona is completely different to the lady that I'm helping in London.
So what we need to do is to focus. Yes, I know you can help many people with many things, but let's focus on the most important thing. As I said earlier, what is the one skill that's going to help someone the fastest and also get you money the fastest? Focus on that. And then put everything else on the shelf for now until you get to a point where your business is stable enough that you don't have to worry about money. Once you reach, say, 100,000 pounds a year, that you can really breathe again, you have money coming in, then you can even hire a team, other people that you can outsource, teach, that can help you with other tasks.
Yes.
See what I mean?
Well, yes, but I've got the team. I've got a team already.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the point is, let's find out, let's identify.
I think part of the issue is that I've been going for 45 years. and other people are just starting out. They're just trying to find out what is their niche.
That's it. Yeah.
Well, I've been in so many different niches
Yeah.
that everybody and people are finding me. I'm not finding them. I'm not advertising.
Yes.
I'm not pushing
Your
myself.
reputation precedes you because you're known.
Because people say if she's been going for 45 years, then she must know something.
Of course.
So what is it she knows? And then they go through my skills profile and they pick up something and they say, can you do that? Can you do that again? And I say, well, yes. And that's where I start from, is their journey. Why have they come to me? What is it they want? And what's their journey to get to where they need to be?
Next time someone asks you, can you do it?
I can't explain that.
Next time someone asks you, can you do it? It's yes. Show me the money and I'll show you. Because a lot of people try to get you to do stuff for them for free, just picking up your brain, especially you. I'm exactly like you, very kind, very helping, and people will take advantage of you.
Oh, yeah.
They've taken advantage of me. And we both know someone in common that did that for both of us.
Yes.
So we have to protect ourselves. Someone says, I want you to do this. Oh, absolutely. I'd be honored. Here's my link. Please put a deposit. And we'll start right as soon as the deposit has reached my account. Do not work for free.
Yeah.
Because if you let them, they will eat you alive. And once they get something from you for free, guess what? Why would they pay?
Yes.
There's people like this, leeches like that.
Oh God, yeah, I've met a few of them. I've just been going through my international group, actually, seeing who else I could invite into the group. And I found some people in there that I haven't heard from for a couple of years. And I thought, why are you still in my group? Why am I still, putting things your way? I'm going to take you out of the group.
Anyways, ladies, this is not the topic for today. Let's do that another time.
All
So
right, okay.
let's post your questions inside the WhatsApp group. Michiel and me, we're gonna be able to help you. But also, highly recommend you catch a replay from the US call from this morning because this was really gold. We had like an hour and a half of back and forth, people sharing their offers and each other, not just me, everybody just pitching in to help each other. Because hey, listen, I'm not the all be known leader on that, the guru. Sure, I can help, but it's always best to have other people as well to bounce ideas off of each other. You can all learn from each other. So watch that. That's gonna help you. And if you still need help, hey, I'm here, and Michael is here as well. All right, let's move on. So today we're gonna be launching basically your podcast. Who's messaging me? 1 second. Okay, today we're going to be launching our podcast. So, as I said, we're going to be launching, as I mentioned to you initially, your podcast in 3 easy steps. Step 1 is foundation, which is what we've been doing since the start. Step 2, which is what we're going to be doing today, which is all the tech. And step 3, which is what you're going to be doing tomorrow on day 5, about launching and making money, monetizing it. So let me summarize that. So the foundational step, some of that I've covered so far, and some of them I'm going to cover today. And this, what you're seeing here, this is part of the previous academy that I used to sell for 2,000 pounds and more. And now I'm giving it to you guys here as a bonus, my way of saying thank you. So, and of course, it's a very high level overview. It's not a 3-week program. It's just a high level summary, but the principle is the same. So first and foremost, as I mentioned on day 1, why do you want to start a podcast? What's the message you're trying to convey to your podcast? Your not just your podcast, your YouTube channel, your messaging, your offer, your business, and everything. Because your podcast, YouTube channel is going to be an extension, the marketing arm of your business. Who are you trying to serve? Who's the person that you can help at the highest level? As I mentioned numerous times yesterday, and even more so today on the call with the US. You are your avatar. Your avatar is not some fictional character that you have to imagine. It's not Jim or Mary from IT or from HR who's making $65,000 a year, who drives a Lexus or Honda Civic, which is completely on you, on me. So again, you're your avatar. Just look inside, look at yourself, and build your business the way you wished existed when you were just a few steps behind, a few steps ago. And then that's what we've been doing so far. And tonight, what we're going to be looking at is the left side of the screen, the tech side, which is basically building the foundation for your podcast, the tech side, choosing the right and the type of name for your podcast. As you will see, there's many different ways to label your podcast, to name it, the proper length and format of your podcast, and how to get high quality guests for your podcast. That's something I'm going to cover tomorrow on the monetization side. So today it's all about the tech. What kind of equipment, microphone, headset, accessories, tech specs, softwares, and all that good stuff. So again, it may sound overwhelming, but it's not. I'm a big fan of the KISS principle. Keep it simple, stupid, and sophisticated. It's very easy. So this, what you see is the first microphone that I bought 5 years ago. Wow, time flies. In March of 2020, it's the Samsung 2QU handheld dynamic USB microphone recording and podcast pack. I bought it from Amazon for $63 US, about 50 pounds. Now it's about double that on Amazon last time I checked. But one thing I will tell you, this microphone is very solid. It's portable. And this is what took me from 0 to 220 episodes, 2.5 years. Perfect microphone for about $100. And one thing I always recommend when you buy a microphone, especially when it's your first microphone for a podcast, two things you have to make sure. One, make sure it's a USB microphone, so you can plug it directly into your computer. You don't need one of those, amplifiers that's going to cost you a few $100 a pound just to buy that. And then you need to be almost like a sound engineer to make them work. Don't waste your time with this. Get a USB microphone so it plugs directly into your computer. Like for example, you see this microphone I'm using? This is a more expensive one. I bought it for $200 when I was in Canada in October. It's a USB. See the cable here? I just plug into my computer. Now I unplugged it. But what I'm saying is make sure your microphone is a USB microphone. So you just plug it into your computer or your laptop. Second thing, make sure it comes with a stand. Just like the one you see on the screen or mine here. I don't know if you can see it, the stand.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to worry about getting an external arm and plug it somewhere and all that. No, if you have a fixed office and you always in the same location, you're not moving, then it might make sense. But again, don't overcomplicate. Just get one that is a USB with a stand. So just put it on your desk, and you're good to go. So these are the only two things I highly recommend you watch out for when you buy a microphone. Number one, make sure it's a USB microphone. So you just plug it to your computer or laptop. And two, make sure it comes with a stand. So it's literally turnkey, ready to go. Yes, Princess.
Oops. Hold on. Is this fine? This is the Blue Yeti.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. It's a wonderful starting microphone. Yes. Let me just refill my cup. Okay. Yeah, that's perfect. Christine, do you have a microphone yet?
No, but I've seen a pack. Not the one you recommend, but I'm going to do a compare and contrast and see what it does. So yeah,
electronics shop or even Amazon delivers to the UK. Go to amazon.co.uk.
Yeah, I've looked on Amazon.
This one is maybe $100, which is what, 80, 70 pounds, 90
Yeah,
pounds?
it's about 90. I think it was about 90 pounds.
Again, make sure this is very important. USB, so it plugs directly to your computer into a stand. Another item also I recommend to have is called a pop screen filter. A pop screen filter, like for example, this at the front. Something like this. Sometimes it's just a piece of
Pop
on top of it. Yes, pop screen filter. Usually, if you buy a pack, it comes with it. But if it doesn't come with it, it's literally $5 to $10. It's very cheap.
Sorry, I've got a cockapoo just arrived.
Oh, okay. Hello, cockapoo.
She come see what's going on. Who am I talking to?
Okay. So yeah, very straightforward, guys. Always test, because that happened to me recently. In the last challenge of the month of April, on the last day, which was the most important day of the week, For the US call, at the end of the call, I noticed that I had not recorded it. And I find what? Oops. And that's a very embarrassing place to be. So always test. Everything is plugged in. Sometimes it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. You will get distracted. You will forget to plug your microphone to your cable to your computer, or forget to record. It's a matter of when. It's not a matter of if. It's going to happen. Let me warn you. It happened to me after 5 years and 400 episodes. It will definitely happen to you. So make sure you first, as soon as you start your computer, you start your Zoom, test everything, test, that everything is connected, everything is properly, all that. So test. As far as softwares, as long as your computer is less than 5 years old, it comes with all the sound and video specs required for a podcast and video YouTube. Just download Zoom. There's other platforms like StreamYards and all those, but Zoom is your best friend, and Zoom is the one that is the most friendly because
I can't get on with Teams.
no,
I don't know what it
exactly.
is. I
Yeah,
have all technical problems every time I
yeah,
try to use Teams.
same.
But Zoom, yeah, and their whiteboard is
Yeah,
brilliant.
and Zoom, what I love also about is that at the end of each call, it automatically extracts the audio file,
Yeah.
audio for you. So that's one less step for you to worry about.
Mm.
So yeah.
You and headphones, you don't use
Good question.
headphones, do you?
I used to, when I first started, I used to have my big bulky Beats,
Mm,
but then because my episodes were long, an hour and a half, 2 hours, they were getting tiring.
mm,
Then I switched to my AirPods, but then I realized, wait a second, I don't even need them. The only time you will need headphones is when you two ways. Once, if you're doing in-person recordings, when the person
mm.
sitting next to you, that makes the quality much better. And when you're doing heavy editing, so you can really catch some background sounds and all
All
that.
right.
In that case, yes. But I do minimal editing. I will do editing when the guest asks me to remove something because I want, for two reasons. Because one, I want to keep things as authentic as possible, and two, I don't want to create extra work for myself. Let's
Mm.
be real. So
So
that's why.
you're not using Wi-Fi buds,
Which one?
and you're not using the headphones. So what are you using?
I'm just using this.
Oh, the
Just
microphone. Okay.
yeah, these. I don't have any headphones. No,
No. Okay.
no. The only time I might use headphone is if I'm in a place where it's loud. I need to keep it quiet to not disturb people. These are the only
I've
times that I
got headphones galore going over the years. I've got every kind of headphone you can think of that
yeah.
I've accumulated over the
Oh,
years.
I'm
But if
sure.
I don't need to use one, I'd rather
No,
not.
exactly. No, you don't
Keep
need.
my hair nice.
Exactly. You've been blessed with phenomenal hair. Even me, I don't wanna. I don't wanna mix my shiny, glossy hair. You know.
No, no.
Surely.
Okay.
So
Okay.
one thing I also very important as far as questions, as I always say, never speak from a script. Don't even speak from here. Speak from here if you can say from the heart. But as you know, my podcasts are very organic. Sure, there's a structure. The first question I ask is, for example, Princess, Christine, we're going to talk about your business in a moment. But what I really want to know is who's Christine? Who's Princess as a human being and as a woman? Or who's John as a man, as a human being, first and foremost? And then let them talk. Or even another question I love asking. So tell me, Christine, tell me, Princess, what's your story? And then let them talk, let them talk, let them talk. Do not interrupt them every 2 seconds just to put in your 2 cents because it's not about you. It's
No.
about them. That's one of my biggest pet peeves when I listen to a podcast.
That's what I loved about you. Yours was the first I'd ever done. So I didn't know what the format was and I didn't know what was going to
Yeah,
happen, but you put me at ease straight away.
exactly.
Now I did one with Gifty, I told you about,
Yeah.
not to sort of upset in any way, but she wanted it very formatted. She wanted the questions very structured. And I found that actually quite restrictive because sometimes I could make a connection to something, but she didn't want that. She wanted me to stick to
Mm.
rigidly to what the question was.
It's a matter of
Uh,
personality, but also if I'm able to do that now, is something that I had to learn. It took me 5 years. It's like anything,
Yeah.
it's a skill. The more you do it, the better you get at it. If you go on my YouTube channel and watch my very first few episodes, they're not good at all. First of all, the camera is right on my big nose, make it look like twice as big. It's dark.
Thing about your nose is nothing.
Listen, the
It's
microphone is literally on my mouth like this. I during the when I first had my podcast, I used to have a beard, which made me look like 50 years older. You know, so but I leave it on purpose so people can see it.
yes.
And of course, you will improve drastically over the course of weeks, months, and years. Absolutely. And yes, Gifty, that's something that she will learn. She will become much more fluid, much more free
Mm.
flowing as she goes.
Have you noticed me? I've had my hair down and I've tried to look more natural.
Yes. And even better, one thing I noticed about you the very first time we talked, the camera was positioned in a way that I could only see like this part of your face.
Yes.
Out
I
of
must do
being,
something about that. I don't quite know what I'm gonna
I
do,
didn't
but
see I didn't say anything back then out of respect, but now it's
mm,
much better. We can actually see your face and all that. That's much more
mm.
professional. All that, yes. Any
Yeah,
questions?
Princess is much better, isn't she? Because she's a couple of feet away from her
She's a
camera.
princess, of course. She's a princess. Of course
Mm.
she's okay.
Yeah,
Any questions, princess?
Oh, no, it's
All right.
fine.
Okay.
she's listening.
Okay, good, good, good.
Yeah.
So next, as far as editing. So editing and uploading, editing is basically when you take the raw file and you just make edits. And one thing I recommend, it's a given, always make a copy of the original file. Don't make any editing on the original file. Make a copy of the original file and then make your editings, or if you want to, slice them for reels, do it on the copied version. But nowadays, with all these AI tools, you don't even need to do that. The one that I've been using is called opus.pro, opus.pro. It's like $20 a month. That gives you plenty of credit. I got the 1 year credit. It gave me like 3,600 credits, and it's plenty enough. And you just put the link to a long video, an hour. You select the keywords you want, the length anywhere from 15 seconds to 3 minutes. Even now, I see them they offer the option for 10-minute reels or summaries, and you just set it and forget it. Within 10-20 minutes, it's gonna spit about 20 highlight reels for you with all those colorful captions in between. All of that for $20 a month. It saves you. I used to do my reels myself, upload the video, cut, for example, the parts myself, do it manually. It was really time consuming. And if you hire someone, it's not cheap, but $20 a month, opus.pro does a job for you. So yeah, so what kind of computers do you guys have? Is it a Mac or is it a Windows?
Windows.
Windows.
Okay. So for Windows, I'm not really familiar. The last time I used the Windows was in 2011, 2012. So I'm not sure what type of video or audio editing files software come with it. For audio, I believe it's Audacity, and Audacity it's free.
Yeah.
But for video, I believe it's called Windows Video something something. I'm not sure what it's called, but
Doesn't YouTube do its own editing as well?
it can, but I've not used it
No?
because I
Oh,
don't do
okay.
much editing myself.
It keeps asking me if I want to edit something, and I keep thinking, oh, I suppose I will one day, but I'm
Yeah.
not ready
One day when
yet.
you're bored and when it's really cold and rainy, and you have nothing
Yes.
else to do, and you don't feel like baking some cookies, you just go and play with YouTube, okay?
Yeah, my poor old brain can't take much more.
So you do that, and headphones, again, as I said earlier, they're really useful and helpful when you do heavy editing. But I would recommend you don't mess with that because, hey, for two reasons. One, keep it organic. And two, why would you create extra work for yourself?
Mm.
The only time I edit is when the guest specifically asks me, can you please remove this? And then I respect the request and I do it.
Wishes.
Yes.
So if you buy a pack, doesn't the headphones come with a pack?
What do you mean by pack? You mean like headphones?
Yeah, if you buy the pack,
Some yes, some yes,
yeah, you
some
get the
yes.
headphones as well.
Yes, some yes, but if the headphones come with it, then of course it's going to be more expensive. But I'm pretty sure you have a good pair of headphones laying somewhere in your house.
Oh, I do. Yeah, for listening to music, so that's why I thought they
Yeah,
would be just as good.
yeah.
Okay.
So again, really up to you, but I wouldn't recommend it. You don't need it. Don't get overwhelmed. Just get the best microphone that you can afford, because when it comes to podcasts and YouTube and videos, people will be okay with not the best video quality, but people absolutely not tolerate lousy sound quality. That's a one deal breaker. And the good news is you don't have to spend hundreds of thousands. You can get a very solid, decent starting microphone for a podcast for about $100, £100. Now, this one that I have is a $300 microphone, but again, I've been in the game for 5 years, so you don't need it. Rode is an Australian company, one of the best brands in audio and podcasting. Rode. But again, you don't have to invest in this. If you want, if you have the money, by all means, but you don't need to. So you can also do some extra steps to make your podcast, your YouTube videos more polished, more professional, such as adding show notes. Do you guys know what show notes are? I will show you on YouTube. You have all those on the YouTube video. You have the description. What is this video? You have the, for example, the episode summary. Actually, let me show you. It's gonna be probably easier. Let me stop this sharing. Go to my YouTube channel. Okay, where is it? Let me go to the last video I just released. Okay, the last video from this morning from the US. Okay.
You get a lot of people there from the US.
Yes, US, Australia, Canada. Do you see my screen? My YouTube. This is my dashboard. So this is the replay of the call from the US. So you have the title here, YouTube has a limit of 100 characters, not letters, but characters. So even a space or a dot, that's one character. So you have to make your titles short to fit within those 100 characters. And then you have a box here, description box. This one, YouTube gives you up to 5,000 characters. I usually go up to the max. So the show notes are basically, you see here, I have a description. This is a replay. Maybe this is not the best. Let me show you an actual episode. Oh, here's from our good friend Linda. Episode 392 I released yesterday. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, the title. So this is my usual opening, and then a little description of what this is. And I always ask my guest to send me a short bio up to 500 words. So I just copy paste it in here. So this is the bio she sent me. And at the bottom, I write a conclusion, 1, 2, 3 sentences. And I always include best way to connect with the guest, the website, LinkedIn, whatever links they want to share. And at the bottom, here's another thing that's going to be very important and very powerful. I call timestamps. Oops, I haven't even wrote timestamps here. Timestamps. Do you see timestamps here? Like a table of content. See, 00 the intro, 126 was Linda. At 24:48, who will benefit most?
Ah, right.
Just like a table of content. So let's say you don't have time to watch and one block
You can skip to the time you want. Yeah.
Let's say, I want to know who's Linda. So I skip straight to 126 and I like what you're saying. Before you know it, you've listened to 2 or 3 of those. And before you know it, it's like giving them an appetizer, just like a table of content in a book. You want to know what's the content.
What's the chapter? Yes.
Exactly. In a bookstore.
Yeah.
Same thing here. These can be very time consuming. They used to take me about 2 hours each when my episodes were long. Now I have a guy, very reliable guy in India. He charges me $20 for 5 videos. If you guys want, I'd be happy to connect you with him. He's a very.
What does he do?
He's a student. He's actually preparing for med school. His goal
No, I
is
mean,
to
what
go.
does he do to your video, to your
Oh, he creates the timestamps.
podcast?
The timestamps.
Oh, right.
Especially
Okay.
my timestamps are very, very specific, very detailed.
Yeah.
So he actually watches them and it creates a timestamps. I can do them, but for example, for this 43-minute video, it would take me probably an hour and a half. That's a
Oof.
bad use of your time.
Mm.
So I just
Mm.
send my videos 5 batches at a time to him. I pay him, I send him $20 and he does it for me. And within a day or two, he sends me back. And I just copy paste them on my description of my videos.
Mm.
It frees your time.
Mm.
So here's another thing that I recommend for you to add to your videos, even though I'll cover that later. So if you scroll down, you go to more here. When you say tags,
Yeah.
this is basically just like
Ah,
keywords for SEO. And
yeah.
here the YouTube gives you a max of 500 characters. So I usually go to the max because the more you add, the
Yeah.
more opportunity you have for people to find you. Let's say
Yeah.
someone search for transform or transformational or Danang or happiness or get, oh, it's not go, it's
Mm.
get leads. Can't even spell. Get leads, for example, whatever, or impactful entrepreneur or transform, whatever, a mentor, that video will be suggested.
Mm.
So these are the things you can do to add to make your videos more
More
polished.
professional.
And of course,
Yeah.
have a thumbnail. And I will show you
Which one
guys
of them?
how to do that, how to create that on Canva. So let me
Okay.
stop this.
Oh, so much to learn.
Right, step by step, my friend, step by step. And all of these, it took me 5 years to get there. But again, it's not difficult. It's not difficult. Just do one at a time. Just like I said the other day. What's the best? There's an African proverb. What's the best way to eat an elephant? One bite at a time.
Like you pinched that from me. Mm.
Yeah.
Slice at a time.
Exactly. So as far as editing, again, editing is not hard, but it can be time consuming and there is a learning curve. And again, when it comes to learning any skills, YouTube is the biggest university in the world and it's free. It's the second biggest search engine in the world. So anytime you need to learn anything, YouTube. All the skills I had to learn, like editing and all that, like creating the timestamps, guess how I learned them? YouTube.
On YouTube.
Exactly.
Wow.
My sister, she's very handy. She actually did her kitchen cabinets, but just by learning on YouTube.
Mm.
She saved herself a bunch of money. Because in
You
Canada,
can design a room now, can't you? You can just
you
put the
can build
dimensions
a
and it'll.
house. You can build a
Yes.
house. You can do anything you want.
Yeah.
Save money,
Mm.
saving yourself a bunch of money because
Yeah.
contractors are pretty expensive. So anything you want to learn, YouTube. You can even find free lectures from Harvard and stuff like that. So again, that's pretty straightforward. So for me, in over almost 300, almost 400 episodes, I need to update that. I can count on two hands the number of times I had to do editing, and that's because the guest asked me. One, because I like to keep it as organic, as natural, as authentic as possible. And two, I don't want to create extra work for myself. Very simple. Now, when it comes to hosting is mostly for your audio podcast. The video, you host your videos on YouTube, pretty straightforward. For audio, you will need to sign up for an account on one of the there's plenty of options out there for hosting. Some are free, some are paid. The one I've been using is called Podbean. And Podbean is like $10, $12 a month. I like it because it gives me unlimited bandwidth. And for me, because my podcasts are long, 45 to 60 minutes, I don't have to worry about going over the limit. So once you selected your hosting, all you have to do after each call, you just go to your Zoom account. When Zoom extracts the audio from the video, and you simply upload the audio from your computer to your dashboard on your hosting, and from there you can spread it across all of the different platforms such as Spotify, Apple, Google, iHeartRadio, Alexa, Amazon, and so on and so forth. And for these guys, if you haven't had a podcast before, audio podcast, you will need to apply once. And just filling information is free, and within a few minutes to an hour, you will have your account approved. Oh, here comes Misha. Okay.
Oh.
So it's pretty straightforward. If you guys want, I'd be happy to share with you guys the actual content from one day inside the academy, the old academy, where I went into details with screenshots, videos, how to apply for these platforms such as Apple, Spotify, and all that. I don't know if you remember that, Christine, but it was part of the academy.
Yeah, I've got a note of it.
Yeah,
Got
yeah.
a note of it to
I
follow
can
up.
send that to you as well, Princess, if you're interested. Actually, I will share that inside the WhatsApp group.
Okay.
Good morning, Misha. How are you doing, brother?
Good morning. I am amazing. It's what time we got? 4:58 a.m. and 44 seconds
And
Pacific
California.
Coast time.
Wow. You're a trooper, my friend. Thank you so much. Huge kudos, respect for waking up early for us. Thank you. Deeply appreciate that, brother.
You know what? Amazing. I am so honored to be here. I love anytime I get to share with you in your challenge, and it's a blessing and a gift. So I am
Not
honored
mine.
to be here.
And you know
Easy to
what?
get up.
Because you made the effort, the sacrifice of waking up this early, I told you to have 10, 15 minutes. You know what? I'll give you 25 minutes. So you can really tell your story.
Oh
It's such
my
a beautiful
gosh.
story. Yes. My way of saying thank you for waking up this early.
I appreciate that.
Very welcome. Very welcome. So, yeah, and once you've applied to the to those platforms, then from there you can, once you selected, sorry, a hosting, you can on your from your dashboard, once you've uploaded your audio files from your computer to your dashboard, you can spread them across all the different platforms such as iTunes, Spotify, Google. I have all this on video from the Academy. I'll share that with you guys on the WhatsApp group. It's gonna literally walk you screenshots, videos. It may sound overwhelming, but it's not. It's very easy. I'll share that with you after. So,
I'm on Podbeam.
sorry.
I'm on Podbeam.
Good. Yes.
On Teachers Talk Radio. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Sorry,
Yeah. Go ahead, Princess.
sorry, can you go back a slide, please? Thank you.
Oh, this is
Step 3.
Yeah, step 3. Don't worry. I'll just go over that, and I'll go more in detail over that tomorrow, because tomorrow is all about money, making money, monetizing it. So this is just the title, but I'll spend tomorrow entirely just on that alone. So this is just the title. But anyways, launching your podcast. One thing I would recommend before you actually make it public and launch, I highly recommend that you have at least, at the bare minimum, 10 episodes recorded. Because when someone is looking to expand and find new podcast, they will binge listen and binge watch. If you have only one episode, it's sending them the wrong message. Oh, this person is not committed. They're not serious. They're not interested. But once they see 10 or more episodes, they say, okay, this person is actually committed, serious. So it's worth my time to invest by listening, subscribing to them. And the best way to build your first, what I call it, foundational 10 episode, is by simply interviewing each other. Like in this community, we have in this group, we have 5 people. In the US group, we have almost 20. In the group, we have 300 people, one of them being Misha. Misha is a super prolific podcaster, over 700 episodes. Invite them, invite each other. This way, I'll already have your foundational 10 episodes within a week or two. And once you've done that, before you make it public and launch your podcast publicly, go on a social media campaign to promote your podcast launch. Go on other podcasts. Speaking of that, this is what Misha is going to talk to us in a moment about going on a podcast tour. Contact your friends, tell your friends, put a sticker on your car, on your backpack, whatever, make a t-shirt. That might be even too much, but some people do it, you know? So it's called guerrilla marketing, whatever. Your pizza delivery guy, your hair salon dresser, hey, tell them about your podcast. Your neighbor, Your ex? No, I'm joking. Don't tell your ex. That's not a good idea. So anyways, yeah, very, very simple. Other things you can do to promote your upcoming launch. Of course, build a website so that you can start collecting emails. Email list are your biggest assets. Because again, Facebook might ban you and all that, but the email list is still going to be. What's up, Christine? Oh, let me meet you. Anyway, so yeah, do some cross promotions, joint ventures with other audiences. Here's one of the best kept secrets that a lot of people are doing, but if you do it, it's going to take your business to the next level. Press releases, press releases, press releases, press releases. They are very powerful. Go first with the local outlets in your area, the local newspaper, local magazine, local radio station, TV station. These people are always craving to showcase local people doing cool stuff. If you're launching a book, a podcast, a new program, a talk, whatever you're doing, send them a press release. And again, YouTube is your best friend. You can learn how to craft a press release in 10 minutes. Spend an afternoon, find all of the, go on Google, find all the journalists in the area and just send them a press release. All you need is just one to say yes. And then once you get showcased in one publication, one website, whatever, then snowball to the next, the next, the next. You do that frequently within a year, you'll be all over the news. This is very powerful. And then last but definitely not least is why this gentleman right here is here. Go on a podcast tour. He's going to talk to us about that. So, yeah. And yeah, now let's talk about the format, the actual meet and greets of your podcast. The format, there's many different formats for your podcast. It can be solo with only you as a host speaking, sharing your knowledge, your wisdom, updates about the industry, tips, and so on and so forth. Or you can be interviewing someone. You can be, sorry, that's next. You can also have a co-host, which is two people talking. There's pros and cons, but I would not recommend starting your podcast, your very first podcast with a co-host, because there's a bunch of things you have to be aware of, but it's going to complicate things for you. Just keep it simple, just you, and run the show yourself. A roundtable is when you have two or more people talking about a topic. You can have a roundtable. I would recommend maybe once a quarter, once a year. When you host an event, you bring a bunch of experts, 3 to 5 experts, and each of them, gives their opinion on something. But there are some very successful podcasts where just roundtable format. I'm sharing with you the different formats possible for podcasts. And then my favorite is interviews. I love interviewing people, especially my exact ideal prospects, because not only I love to learn about them, but also because that's how I build bridges and get clients. And narrative is if you want to do a fictional podcast where you basically narrate a story over a season or whatever, but I don't think this is what you guys want to do. We are here to make money. So for you guys, which of these formats is the one that you want to pursue, you want to start with? Go ahead, Princess.
Interviewing and solo, it's like a mix.
Yeah.
So there are times when I am teaching and talking, and there are times I am interviewing people.
Absolutely.
So I think like a hybrid sort of thing rather than just one format, because sometimes that can get a little bit mundane.
Yes, I love that. Yes. What about you, Christine?
I think interviewing.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. That's the fastest, best way to get clients, by simply having heart-to-heart conversation and getting to know them and inviting your prospects. Awesome. As far as naming your podcast, that's a very key decision that cannot be taken lightly. There's different ways to properly name your podcast. Of course, that one of them is the catchy name. Like, for example, some examples, the Sharkpreneur podcast, Global from Asia, that's a podcast of one of my friends. Something catchy like this. Then you have the keyword-based title, where basically your title has the keyword and it says exactly what your podcast is about. For example, the parenting junkie show, the chiropractic philanthropist, the podcast tour guy. Does that remind you of someone?
Yes.
Hey, if it's available, take it. And then the next one is your name, the Kristen Lister show, the Princess Experience or show, whatever. Just like the Joe Rogan Experience, the Tim Ferriss show, whatever. Just your name. Then you have your brand, just like me, for example. My podcast is the name of my brand, Leaders with a Heart. One of my favorite podcasts is called The Passionate Few. Have you heard of that podcast, Misha? Unmute yourself, brother. Let me unmute.
Sorry about that. I have not. It sounds like a good one that I need to check
It's a
out.
great one. The guy is interviewing billionaires and very high-powered guys. The Passionate Few.
The Passionate Few. I'm
I love
putting
it.
it in my notes right now.
Yeah, very good
Podcast.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love it.
Another one. This is the most exclusive, but also the most difficult to get is the one-word title. If you've been lucky enough to grab those domains while it was still available, then you're golden. Like, for example, Capitalism, very successful podcast on e-commerce. Ryan Daniel Moran, for example, Unchained or whatever. If you're lucky enough to have captured one of those one-word domains, then you're golden. But that's the most difficult ones to get, especially now. So looking at these different types of naming your podcast, which one is the one that makes the most sense for you guys?
So somebody helped me with one for mine, and we did look it up to see if it was taken, and it wasn't. The knowledge altruist.
So the keyword, or even maybe the catchy name, yes, a mixture of that. Yes, absolutely. What about you, Princess?
So my podcast is called Purpose Powered Women.
Say it again. What?
Purpose Powered Women.
Proper sport?
No, purpose.
Ah,
Purpose.
okay, sorry. Purpose.
Purpose Powered Women.
Okay, purpose powered women. I love that. Okay. Yeah. Awesome. Here's a beautiful little tool that I've been using for at least 10 years. It's called Name Checker, chkr.com. You just enter the domain. If it's green, it shows you all the different social media platforms. If it's green, it's available. If it's red, it's not available. Because you want to make sure that when you, I will share it in the chat and also in the WhatsApp group. When you select a name, make sure that you have the .com, the Facebook, the YouTube, the LinkedIn, and Instagram, and whatever other platform that is relevant for you. Because the last thing you want is to spend all this time building the podcast and the brand, only to have one of those platforms taken by someone else. You'll be building their business, basically. So let me put it in the chat. Also, wait, where's the chat? Namechecker.com. Whoops, namechecker. Do you see it, Princess?
Yes.
That okay. Save that. Okay,
There's no name checker.
Name checker, yes. All right, let's move on. Now let's create your art. So this is a very old one. I'm long due for a facelift and creating a new cover for my podcast. Are you guys familiar with Canva?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm not
perfect. So
if
if you know how to use Canva, it's very easy. It's actually, I would recommend, it's actually worth it to invest and get the pro account. It's like $10-15 a month. It gives you so many more options, but you can still get by with the free one, the free account. But yeah, so if you know how to use Canva, I'm not gonna, well,
I like
let me
that.
show you. Once you create it, let me show you quickly. Once you created your templates, after that, you can just, let me show you here. Wait 1 second.
Wow.
Canva, okay. Let me share my screen here with you guys. Do you see my screen on Canva? All right. Look here, for example, I created this template for my thumbnail for my YouTube videos. So once I create it, all I do is just change the title, the episode number, and the picture of the person, and the title, subtitle. It takes, once you created the thumbnail, the template, then it's gonna take you at most 2 minutes. So it's very easy. So and you just to create one, you just go here. Wait, let me see. Where's Canva? At the Canva, you just look for, let's say, podcast cover art. You just look, and you have a bunch of templates. You just select the one you want. All right, and you just add your information. Let's take this one, for example. And I'm gonna change it, okay? Quickly showing you how to do it. For example, here you put your name, a picture, whatever, and you just edit it and you create your own on the fly. You can change the background. Oops, what is it? Black, whatever. See?
Mhm.
Get creative, have fun.
Mhm.
Have fun. Create whatever, just add a picture, anything you want. Very easy. Once you created this, you can go back, save it, and then create your template for your, let's go back. Okay, here. Oops. Let's say YouTube thumbnails. YouTube thumb. Again, you have a bunch of examples. Just pick the one that makes the most sense for you. Let's say you want this one. And then once you click on one, you have even more options. Let's say I want this one, just as an example. And you want to customize this, you click here. And you can put your picture, your title, everything. You can create one and just have fun. See how easy that is? Once you've created, you just like I did, I showed you earlier. You just change the title, the name, and so on and so forth. Like, where's mine? Okay, home. Here. See, these are mine. Just change the title of your podcast, the guest, the episode number, and that's it.
Mhm.
Very easy. All right, let's fly through. This is pretty basic. Let me go back to my slides so we can get to the main event here. We're almost done, Misha.
So you're sitting there ever so patient.
Oh, I know. Okay. All right. Have you guys created a YouTube channel yet?
I've
Yeah.
got one.
Okay,
Got
so,
one, yeah.
so once you have one, it's you're good to go. I don't need to show you. You just, whenever you create a video, you do an interview, whatever, upload that video from your computer onto your YouTube dashboard, and then add the things I showed you earlier, the title, the description, show notes, the timestamps, the contact information for your guests. And at the bottom, if you scroll further down, you can add those tags for keywords and so on and so forth. So to make your podcast, your videos more polished, more professional, slap onto that at the end your thumbnails, and you're looking like $1,000,000, like a professional YouTube channel. Very straightforward. All right, here's an invitation for you guys. Book a call with me for this week and next week. Let's brainstorm together to see how we can implement these into your business further. I'll share my Calendly and the WhatsApp group. Yes, Princess?
Do you have any tips on how to upload on YouTube so it goes faster? Because sometimes it takes 1 year to upload.
Or in that case, I would say it depends on what kind of connections you have. Because it's pretty straightforward. Whenever I go to a place, the first question I ask is how fast, what is the speed of the internet? That's my first question I ask. Second is whether the place is quiet, because I need a quiet place in the morning for my calls and at night. So I guess if it takes a year, well, I hope not, but
The
um,
internet week, so it takes sometimes like half an hour to an hour between, and
how
it's
big of
just
the files are you uploading?
I have to chop them in half now. So I've started doing like I
Mm.
was doing now I'm doing like 20 minutes to a half an hour. I
That's not
don't
normal. That's not normal. I just uploaded the replay of this morning's call for the US was an hour and 45 minutes. It
know.
took me 8 minutes. Again, depends on your connection.
Um,
Yeah. And I'm in Vietnam, so-called third world country.
So I suppose the internet in the house is a bit weak then.
What you can do if for example, when I have issues for the internet, I just use the hotspot from my phone. And
Okay.
depending on what type of data plan you have with your provider, um, you may want to use the first thing I would do, especially once now that you want to take YouTube and podcasting more seriously, is to invest in a fast internet connection. That's the number
Mhm.
one. I have no idea how much they cost in the UK, so you'd have to do your research on that, get the best deal you can get. And shouldn't be more than say 20, 30 quids or $30, as you say in the US, 20 quids in the UK. I always wanted to know why quid. Christine, enlighten us, please.
I do
What?
not know.
What? Sorry, I've
Why
been
in the
looking
UK
at
you guys the word quid for money?
quid.
Like 20
It's
bucks. We say 20
I
bucks, you guys
think
say 20
it's
quid.
a Cockney expression. The Cockneys had their own language so that they couldn't be detected by the police. So
Ah.
there's all sorts. There's, there's all sorts of. My dad was a Cockney actually, so that's how I know. And
What is
my
a Cockney? Is
grandmother.
that a region? Is that an accent?
Yes, it must be somebody who's born within the sound of Bow Bells in London.
So
If
is
you
that
can't hear the
sound?
bells, then you're not a Cockney. So my father was born there. My grandmother was born there. And we go back to about 1500. So anyway, family history.
Where
Yeah,
is
I've
that?
done
Is that
that.
in the north, in the south, in the
No,
middle?
it's London,
Ah,
the middle of
London.
London. Hmm.
Ah, those damn
It's all
London.
around the old Kent Road and
Ah,
the Elephant and Castle. It's all
okay. Okay,
yeah,
I know
okay.
so.
yeah.
So
So
that's where
yeah,
the word quit comes,
that's
eh? Okay, okay.
yeah, quid. Yeah, they all sorts of words they use so that the police didn't know what they were talking about, or that was the intention. So we've
Scotland,
got all sorts of slang that's still in the English language because that's where it came from.
Misha, the same question to you. Why in the US and Canada we use bucks? Where is that coming from?
Bucks. That's a great question. Oh my God, the Cockney history was so good. Thank you for sharing that. I am going to have an amazing day now. Bucks.
We've got a lady who was hung at Tyburn, if you're interested, one of our relatives.
I so look, I was in sales for 25 years, and when I was younger and I'd started in sales, I used to say bucks all the time, 40 bucks, 50 bucks, 1,000 bucks. And one of my mentors was like, you've got to be professional, quit saying bucks, call them dollars. So still to this day, whenever
Yeah.
someone says bucks, I hear dollars.
Or you want to
Yeah.
stand out, start using the word quid, and you throw people a curveball. Say, what are you
Quit.
talking about?
Yeah, quid.
Hey, it's
Yeah.
20
Oh
quid,
my
mate.
gosh.
20 quid, mate.
Mate, yes.
You know what? The first time a friend of mine, a colleague of mine used quid, I was wondering what she was talking about. I said, "What do you mean by 20 quid?" So 20 pounds. Okay, it's the pound note you're talking about. Okay, all right, cool.
Pound as in weight, or pound as in money? At least that was a question I asked myself, you know?
It
Pound
should
sound
rhyme actually. For it to be
Yeah.
true Cockney, it should rhyme with something. But I forgot what the quid actually rhymes with. It rhymes with something. Uh,
All right. Let's move forward. Just one more
we
slide. So again,
digressed again.
yeah, book a call with
Yes.
me. I'll share my Calendly for this week and next week. Let's brainstorm together one-on-one and help you implement all of this for your business. So we're done for today. Congratulations. Tomorrow is a big day. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about this, how to make money with your podcast and YouTube channel. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to be showing you how and where to look for your exact ideal listeners, prospects, and clients, mapping out your first 10, 20, 100 billion and beyond episodes, and putting it together so you can start getting leads on demand and clients in as little as 60 days, getting your first or next client through your podcast or YouTube channel in as little as 60 days, even if you have no audience to start with. So that's a premise. We're going to see that tomorrow. And yeah, any questions so